They say blood is thicker than water. But in my experience, blood is just the currency toxic people use to pay for things they haven't earned. I returned from a month-long business trip in London, exhausted and dreaming of my own bed, only to find the locks on my $950,000 penthouse had been drilled out. My furniture was gone. A party was thumping inside. And my sister. She was standing on my marble island, toast in hand, celebrating her new gift. My parents looked me dead in the eye and told me to be the bigger person and just move out. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I simply smiled, reached into my bag, and handed them the one piece of paper that would turn their dream home into a legal prison. You see, while they were busy playing house, I was busy selling it. And wait until you see who I sold it to. Welcome back to Revenge Engine. If you've ever been treated like an ATM by your own family, or if you've had to legally outsmart someone who mistook your kindness for weakness, hit that like button and subscribe. Today's story is a masterclass in why you should never try to play chess with an actuary, especially when her heart is made of ice. My name is Natalie. I'm 34, and I'm a senior actuary. My entire life is built on calculating risk and assessing liabilities. I spent years working 80-hour weeks, skipping vacations, and living on caffeine to afford my sanctuary. A 42nd floor penthouse in Chicago with floor-to-ceiling windows that make you feel like you're floating among the stars. I had just finished a brutal month-long audit in London. I was running on fumes. All I wanted was my custom stone shower and my Egyptian cotton sheets. But when I reached Unit 42, my thumb hit bare wood. My biometric smart lock, the one I'd paid $800 for, was gone. In its place was a cheap, $15 brass deadbolt that looked like it came from a dumpster. The bass was so loud I could feel it in my molars. I entered through the service door, my heart hammering. My minimalist living room had been gutted. My white Italian leather sofa. Gone. My hand-knotted wool rugs. Replaced by neon green beanbags and a shedding faux fur rug that smelled like a wet dog. And there was Cassidy. My 29-year-old sister, the golden child. She was barefoot on my marble counters, slurring a toast about her new life. Beside her was DeAndre, her entrepreneur husband whose only real business was dodging repo men. 2. The confrontation, the entitlement. When they saw me, there was no guilt. Only arrogance. DeAndre actually pointed a bottle of my vintage reserve champagne at me and shouted, "Look who crashed the housewarming." Then, my parents, Richard and Brenda, walked out of my master bedroom. My mother didn't ask about my flight. She didn't hug me. She grabbed my arm until her nails dug in and hissed, "You were supposed to be in Europe for another week. You're ruining your sister's night." They stood there, a united front of entitlement. My mother told me I was lonely and wasteful for living in such a big place. She said Cassidy was pregnant, and DeAndre needed a home office for his crypto empire. My father, Richard, then did the unthinkable. He slammed a quick claim deed on the counter. "Sign it, Natalie," he barked. "I paid for your college. I sacrificed my retirement for you. Now, give your sister what she deserves." 3. The actuary's cold calculation. That's when the Ice Queen took over. I looked at the deed, it listed the sale price as $1. I looked at my father and corrected his alternate reality. I told the room exactly how much I paid in student loans, $86 for 20, while he was busy buying riding lawnmowers with my childhood savings. I watched DeAndre's face fall as I revealed his secrets to his friends, his eviction notice from last week, his $45,000 credit card debt, and his 3-month late BMW payments. The room went silent. The music died. The wealthy crypto king was exposed as a fraud in front of his entire social circle. But they had one last card to play. Squatters' rights. My mother smugly told me they had changed their mailing address and moved furniture. Under Illinois law, we're tenants now, Natalie. You can't kick us out without a 6-month eviction process. Enjoy your hotel room. They thought they had me. They thought the law was a shield for their theft. 4. The checkmate. I let out a laugh that chilled the room. "You're right, Mom. The police won't help me with a civil family dispute. But here's the variable you missed in your risk assessment. I revealed the hidden camera in the smoke detector. I had watched them drill my locks from a cafe in London. I didn't call the cops then. I called Apex Holdings, a multi-billion-dollar corporate landlord known for being the sharks of the real estate world. I sold this penthouse 48 hours ago for $1.1 million. Cash. The deed is already recorded. The money is in an offshore trust you'll never touch. The blood drained from my father's face. This isn't a family home anymore, I said. This is a corporate asset. And Apex Holdings doesn't do civil disputes. They do criminal trespassing. Right on cue, the elevator dinged. 4 private security contractors in tactical gear stepped out, led by a man in a charcoal suit, Mr. Montgomery, the Apex attorney. The housewarming turned into a funeral. DeAndre's friends vanished. My father tried to bully the attorney, only to have 2 250-pound guards step into his personal space. My mother fell to her knees, begging for family mercy. I looked down at her and said, "Family is a verb, Brenda. And you haven't acted like one in 20 years. You have 15 minutes to leave, or you're leaving in handcuffs. The choice is yours." I watched from the balcony as they dragged their neon beanbags and garbage bags of clothes into the freezing Chicago sleet, standing on the sidewalk with nowhere to go. Cassidy was crying. DeAndre was screaming. I simply closed the heavy mahogany door, handed the keys to Mr. Montgomery, and checked into the Four Seasons. I slept like a baby. Looking back, people ask if I regret leaving them in the rain. My answer is always the same: I didn't leave them in the rain. They built a house out of lies and were surprised when the roof caved in. Sometimes, the only way to protect your peace is to burn the bridge that leads back to your trauma. If you enjoyed this story of justice served cold, smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And I want to know in the comments, have you ever had to cut off a toxic family member to save your own sanity? Tell us your story. We read every single one. Don't forget to subscribe to Revenge Engine for your weekly dose of emotional wisdom. I'll see you in the next one.